Got some rest during these few minutes, so I'm probably gonna be a bit more steady on what I'm saying here. In this cast, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I've got a bit of a cold, but it's not about me. It's not about me today. It's about RCTIC and EpiphanyBolt. So, yeah, EpiphanyBolt, who's I'm not sure if they're a full Danish lineup, actually. I think they have got Swedes in their lineup as well. I think that's Kroom and ST, who are Swedish. So, communication-wise, I don't know how that will work out. If they're speaking English or if they're speaking Swedish and Danish with each other, could be something along the lines of that. And then we've got RCTIC, the all-Finnish team with Twista, Saw, Zori, all these guys, you know, who are I've been around for at least in the lower tier scene for quite some time. So these are the two teams and the two lineups that we're going to be seeing today. And I think, if I am not mistaken here, ES3 Tag, or not sure how to pronounce his name, EC Tag maybe, is a YouTuber as well. So quite interesting if you are a fan of him and if you were watching his videos and what's so not, because it's because how fun, ain't it, to see your idols and, you know, your boys play. It's always cool. It's always cool. Wait, fixing colors. Yeah, they're fixing colors. No problem. Yeah, take their time. Take their time. But looks like RCTIC are going to be starting on the CT side and EpiphanyBolt on the T side of Cobblestone. Now the veto. Let's see here. The veto looks like this: Cobblestone, Mirage, and Overpass for the people who didn't already know. And what that pretty much means is that those are the maps we're going to be seeing. If it's 2-0, we're only going to be seeing the two first map that I mentioned, Cobblestone and Mirage. And if there is a third to come, and if it's 1-1, we will have a deciding map between EpiphanyBolt and RCTIC, and that will be Overpass. So stay tuned for that, if that happens, and if it doesn't happen, you stay tuned for the second map. I hope. We're gonna go live with a pistol round right here, right now. In EpiphanyBolt, they start off pretty crazy by going down into middle, which is one of the long-range areas with Glock 18s, and I'm just pointing this out here because it's quite frankly cool how you can see them just open up with such ease as they just cleanse lower mid. I don't see how that happens with Glocks. It's out of my world. Hey, EpiphanyBolt, they're gonna go for the plant. Kroomer here, holding this down with the P2000, makes that a first kill. RCTIC, they're just falling apart. Twist and the gang, they're going down one by one. And X7 here, he's gonna try to reply together with the mates, but they will be failing on a couple of shots, but have got each other's back, and thanks to that, they will be taking home the round eventually. X7 with great plays coming up from connector, and especially from behind the door, he peeked for a couple of times to make sure he always had the advantage of the long range, especially with that USPS. It's really important to make sure that you don't get too close, because those Glocks can really hurt you in the end. And we saw that even on long range, which is crazy from EpiphanyBolt in the early beginning of that round. But 1-0 in RCTIC, they do manage to pick up that first round, and yeah, I'm not too sure on how EpiphanyBolt are going to be handling this. To be honest, RCTIC has got pretty heavy stuff on them, so losing this and giving it away to EpiphanyBolt is probably one of the more risky things that could happen here, and I think that's the main focus, to remain calm on your positions and wait for people to come at you. So, EpiphanyBolt just playing this very safe game as they're turning back and forth, and this is kind of that cash play that we saw from, and that I was talking about earlier, in the earlier game that we saw, where you're turning around a lot of the time on the T side, making steps all across the map just to make sure that you're faking your enemies to believe that you're going somewhere else. EpiphanyBolt here, they do reply with a good frag as soon as their mate fall down, and that's going to be Sori, who goes down as EpiphanyBolt's backing off again over to middle. Pardon me for that. An ST with the P250. Trying to make something happen. Saw here with that MP9 as well, really close by. And if they do walk out into his side. I'm pretty sure that Deagle has to hit him right in the head very, very quickly, if anything. Krumer is stepping up above him, and he gets that call over to X7 to support him in the position on Dwayne, or Rock, as some people might say. Dwayne Johnson is the Rock, so that's Dwayne. Merkin call, boys. 2-0, and EpiphanyBolt. They're over and in with the AK-47s here, and they've got quite a few amount of nades here that they can definitely work with. Easy Tag has got that smoke. I mean, 4 smokes in total. I mean, this is definitely a doable round for them. But obviously, once again, RCTIC has got the confidence now to play this very, very aggressive game, and I don't think they expect EpiphanyBolt to have the amount of gear that they do. Not only because of the fact that, okay, first round was a plant, but they got nades here, and EpiphanyBolt, they haven't used all of them yet, but the ones that they have used have definitely gone their way and given them great opportunities in this round so far. I mean, overall, these frags, the only one who's gone in for a frag without those nades has been Easy Tag, who got one up on middle just now, and Sagarton with the FAMAS is going to be going down to ST as well, as he shoots him right through that plank. So Reed playing a safe game behind the door on connector as well with that FAMAS in hand. He's got a flashbang, but very doubtable position to make this happen from. And EpiphanyBolt, yeah, they understand that. Yeah, he's probably going to be inside a connector, so why not just push him and see if we can get this kill. Krumer is coming up together with Easy Tag as they try to eliminate the last enemy. They do make it happen, and Sarij falls down, isn't allowed to save the weapon that he already had, and 1-2 is what we're seeing. And EpiphanyBolt here, what they did was pretty much the fact that they had the equipment that they did, and the fact that they utilized it in the best possible way to get through and into the sites, is not only that, you know, obviously that's really, really good, but not only that, but the fact that they combine it with such a team play and individual skill is, at such timing, it's really rare to see, and I've really got to say that is really cool. It's really cool to see when, especially on Cobble, which is a really, really big map. We can do plenty of stuff on this map, and you know it's quite an open skybox as well. So nades and everything might work your way if you want to. Hiffer goes in for one right there. Twista falls down, and the reply comes across the map with Krumer. Not even a reply, actually. The one-man advantage taken by Krumer on X7 right there across the map, and thanks to that, they do have that one-man advantage now, and they can definitely work their way through with this. Sarij decides to back off really, really cleanly, together with Saw, as they know that, yeah, we don't want to risk this too bad. And obviously, this is no... Oh my god, Sagaton, you've got to be kidding me! Those reactions. Oh my god, I can't react that hard, Jesus. My cold. But hey, oh my god, Sagarton. He turns things around. That 5-7 in hand of the god. I'm telling you right now, Sarij and Saw, if they step this up, make sure they get 1 kill each here, this is a round easily taken by them. EpiphanyBolt, they've got Krumer coming up close here with the AK-47. He will be spotting out Saw as he's pushing through, and Moment coming up with another one. Sarij falls down, but still, Sagarton's got 100 HP, picks up the AK-47. He's already got 2 frags. I mean, should possibly... I mean... There is a slight opportunity for him to take this one home. Then again, they are aware of the fact that he was over in middle or somewhere around the ace side, and they should be aware of the fact that, okay, he's probably going to come from connector if he wants to go in for this round. So he does commit to a very, very nice choice, going back in towards T-spawn, knowing that, okay, I'm probably going to be able to save this AK, and you know, it's a good thing to say, because I mean, if you're looking at the CT side of this, it's very expensive. We're seeing Sarij, he's down to 1.5. Obviously, this is their second loss bonus, so still able to buy some things here, but that drop is going to be really, really necessary if they want those full nades on Sarij, and I think that's exactly what they're thinking about here. Let's just hope that that's what we're going to be seeing, and Sarij doesn't buy anything too quickly here. Sagarton, yeah, they're discussing. You can see that, by the way, they're turning around. He picks up that AWP instead, so... And everybody got their weapons, yeah. So, that's a little bit what's going on here, probably. Sagarton thinking of the fact that they can at least equalize their own economical situation by saving one AK-47, which is amazing. I mean, that just proves how quick this game can turn around for any team. Sagerton decides to back off as he realizes there's a lot of bullets down in middle, and at this stage in the game, Sagerton going offensive is probably not the best alternative. I want to say Sagerton is one of those players that you really want to have on your back, because in the late rounds of this game, I think he will be the man to definitely step this up. But EpiphanyBolt, they're playing really slowly here. They're not willing to take any risks, and they know that we need to get that first info before they do. And at this stage in the game, they've already pretty much given that away in this round, at least, by throwing out nades, shooting like crazy. For example, on drop, stepping a lot towards long B. So just keeping that in mind. I mean, the fact that they're shooting a lot here, obviously the bomb is still behind them. So if they want to, they could possibly fake that, but they're all across the map, and with a lot of versatile gameplay, there is a slight chance that they might be able to fake this against RCTIC, but I think kills will come up and RCTIC will realize that they're being faked. Krumer, though, will be going in for one, so Reach falls down. Saw, with a reply, goes in for two, actually. ST a moment falls down. Krumer will be going in for Saw, and that's a reply from X7 instantly as he realizes that, hey, the bomb is over here. Hiffer gets down after just being shot a couple of times by Sagerton in the leg down on middle. So 3-2 is what we're seeing, and gotta say that this very versatile gameplay that Epiphany is trying to commit to, a lot of the time I feel like that is very necessary against RCTIC. Then at the same time, when you look at the way it works, it's also in favor of RCTIC at some points because of the fact that they can deny them from rotating over through CT. And that's the negative. That's pretty much the biggest downside that Epiphany's got to work with right here, especially on the T side of this map, knowing that you gotta turn from such large distances. It's incredible. So with that being said, that's pretty much what EpiphanyBolt has to start handling right here. And easy tag will be boosted up towards drop again after they've dropped down already. So Reach with the Deagle. Saw here with the A1S. Yeah, this is just very calm gameplay coming up moment. And the gang are eventually going to be executing their way through into connector. Moment goes in for the reply as soon as Sagerton goes in for the kill on easy tag, which is really important at this stage in the game as well. I mean, 4-on-4 situation with the equalizer probably goes more to the T side than the CT side in this scenario. Unless Twista goes in for this first kill and gets a second one, but he can back off, actually. He has a great opportunity to do so as well, and he does. He exploits that to the absolute max, knowing that, okay, at least I can stay safe here, and if there's anyone rotating from behind, I'll get that guy, for sure. Moment with the A4 is going to be trying to spot 7 out, but it's such a very... Storage goes in for a moment. It's a back-to-back play, but ST's left alone here, and Saw and Twista, if they work this together, this shouldn't be a problem, and it won't be one. Saw just goes in for the straight-up frag at the end of the day, and ST falls down. The defuse coming down as well. Very important for them to win this round, obviously. But overall, I mean, looking at economically now, obviously this round is not going to be one of the more fair ones, but EpiphanyBolt, after all, has got the Tech 9s to work with here, and you never really want to underestimate the power that these small pistols actually do have. Like, kind of, they're mini SMGs. You can put it that way if you want to, obviously, but they can be really strong at points where you wouldn't expect them to just rush you in the face. They can move around so much, and they can be very mobile as they fire towards you. But oh my God, Sagerton, he got 2 kills with that nade. 7 supports. Obviously, they didn't have any armor, so not something to necessarily go wild about, but still very well placed nade right there. So with that smoke, EpiphanyBolt, they're trying to. And this is where we're seeing EpiphanyBolt. They're finally starting to adapt to the kind of playstyle that I was talking about earlier here. Whereas, you know, after all, it is a very, very big map, and if you can play that versatile game against RCTIC and make it work, then sure, go with it. But here they've realized that, okay, this one play where we go A and B at the same time, this very virtuous play, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So what do? We try to focus on just one spot, finish and cleanse these guys off, and then maybe turn around after that, or play the best with the situation that we've got. And this is exactly what's working out for them. It's EasyTag. I mean, he's already got 2 kills. He's gonna get that 2-man advantage for the team. And look at that, Sauce, Region, and X7. They're all turning towards this A side. If they turn back to B now, that would be the greatest opportunity they could ever take for this entire round. Krumer is gonna go in for Saw. It's a fair trade if X7 goes in for Hipper right here. He does hear that he's around the corner, but they do spot the man out eventually, and EasyTag will be going in for the kill through the plank as well, and X7 falls down due to that matter being a fact. And 5-3, I mean, this is exactly what I was talking about. EpiphanyBolt, they started realizing that, and I'm not sure if this is what's going through their head. I can't talk for them, obviously, but what we kind of saw here is that they definitely switched up their game by having 4 members towards A, rather than splitting up with 2x3 or 2/3 on either of the sites. They decided to play this in a safer manner and actually go with a united play together, and if there's anyone dying, which didn't happen this time, they could definitely go in for replies. That shouldn't be a problem for them. X7, he's going to be going in for 1, though, and that's EpiphanyBolt's ST who goes down. EasyTag as well. And remember, they're meeting pistols after all, so Sagerton and X7, they're definitely doing something here for the team, and they do pick up that AWP as well. And Twista, backing off of this stage would not be a very bad move, because, I mean, after all, long-range peeks is what he's going to be looking for as he's peeking down on connector door, and if he could just manage to find a frag, that would be absolutely amazing. Misses out on the first shot, though, and that choke might just be the choke to give more problems. But Twista still very, very safe in the positions that he's standing in. Obviously, was that team death, by the way? No, it wasn't. Twista, he's going to be continuing to push. 5-7 in hand. Gets Krumer together with Saw right there. And to be honest here, like, back-to-back play. Once again, back-to-back play. 6-3. EpiphanyBolt, sure, they try to be that versatile team that goes here and there at the same time. Try to be very, very spread out all over the map at some points, and some points really focus on uniting and playing as that unit that they could pretty much win as. But mixing up their playstyle is not necessarily always good, and I've got to say, what we're seeing right here, and what we're seeing, and what we probably are going to be continuing to see, is that EpiphanyBolt, they're going to try and shock the enemies that they're facing, being RCTIC in this scenario, by going up and coming up with ideas that wouldn't be too expected by RCTIC at all times. And for example, this round, just a straight up towards B push. There's nothing going on towards A whatsoever. There's nothing to worry about on A. And Krumer and the gang, they push through, the AK-47 in hand. He will be going down to Sorij eventually, and as they come through, Sorij with that AWP is going to be finding another frag as he goes into Chicken House. Make that a third of the round as he finds one from behind, and he's actually saved by Sagerton. Oh my god, the double play right there, RCTIC. I'm not sure, like, this double play. I've been watching too much baseball, boys. I've been watching too much baseball. But, you know, double play, what I mean then is probably that, or probably, it is factual. Factually, I mean that you've got a mate holding, or like saving you pretty much. Or a crossfire. That's also a double play. You can call that a double play. But it sounds so much cooler when you have these sports expressions like baseball expressions. But ayo, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. EasyTag, the gang, just playing very, very safe, knowing that, yeah, we've only got pistols. There's not much that we can do here. RCTIC, they've got probably the heaviest things we're going to be meeting in this entire game in comparison to us at this stage. So, you know, I mean, we'll just take it easy, guys. Just chill out. We'll find a way to solve this. ST goes down. Krumer as well. EpiphanyBolt pretty much just falling apart at this stage. If they could get 1 kill, 2 maybe, that would be good for them. Not necessarily damaging RCTIC's economical situation at all. What they're pretty much just are doing then is building their own eco up, pretty much. That's all there is to it. An easy tag will be going in for one. Twista goes down, and Sagerton will be replying instantly. Once again, EpiphanyBolt, they do get those 2 frags, so good for them, and this is quite that investment that they made to profit off of. And that's something we, even back in Fragbot Masters, when we were casting with Vuggo and everything, back on Twitter, we were always having these discussions about how many frags would you have to get with the pistols if you invest this or that amount of money into an eco or a low budget buy. What would be optimal, and always 2 kills would be the answer. So 2 or 1 frag. 1 frag might not be good enough, but 2 frags usually actually go very, very well in favor of you if you're lucky enough, and if you didn't invest too much into that round. Hiffer goes in for 2 kills at the early beginning of this one, and I'm not sure if Twista timed out because he was standing very AFK with that nade in his hand. And there's a pause coming up as well, so that might be the case actually. ST with the AK-47 going in for another one. X7 goes down. Saw and Sarij are left alone on the B side, and I think maybe are they at LAN? Yeah, they're at LAN. So Saw, Sarij, and Sagerton are at LAN now, I guess. Because if you look at the stats, if you put up the scoreboard, or 843 ping, 852, 853, 700. Now it's going down. Now it's going down. Which is not good. But cool that it's going down. Cool beans. But yeah, while we're waiting for them to get back into the game, we can always make some small advertisements here and there about Game on GG and obviously CSGOcircle.com. Join in on the battle of skins if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I personally don't. I just don't deal with skins. But if you do, then I highly suggest that you go in there and I mean, do what you got to do. You know, do what you got to do to win those skins, because I mean, if you're into that stuff, anything's worth it, right? Anything's worth it, I guess. I'm not sure how you guys work with skin betting and stuff, but if it's worth it for you, then I highly suggest you do it. And also, follow me up on Twitter if you want to. I greatly appreciate... oh, Jesus, pardon me for that. I greatly appreciate that as well. At Vaulty the King it is. And that's with THE, not DE or DA or anything like... You know what's up. Vaulty THE King. Vaulty the King. I mean, just in the pause right now, if there's enough people here that has Twitter and everyone does this now, that would be sick. You know, that would be sick. Because it enlarges my audience, not only my audience, but the exposure I get, and the more, I mean, it helps me to grow as a caster. So I do greatly appreciate that. If you want to support me, obviously, you can do that. Then again, there's Game on GG that you can follow as well, and obviously Ruben, who's doing the producing right now that you're seeing on your screen. And I think Ruben's is Rauben CS, if I am not mistaken, and I think Game on GG is just at Game on GG, or at Game On. You're probably gonna find them if you search for Game On. Yeah, Rauben TV it is. Rauben TV. So RAUBEN TV. If you want to follow our producer and observer, actually, also. So we continue. 8-4 it is, and EpiphanyBolt, they're over and into this game again as RCTIC has got back their ping to a reasonable level. You know, 51 as a maximum. I say that's enough, especially when you're meeting. I'm not sure why, because it's in the Nordics, so I don't see why it's above 40 even. But heyo, maybe everybody doesn't have fiber optics these days. I don't know. Easy tag will be going down as a reply comes up. Twista, oh my god, comes back from ping lag, and oh my god, he's just one by one. Gets those kills, and Hiffer will be going in for the reply, though. 3-on-3 situation, equalizing the game back to what it's supposed to be for EpiphanyBolt, and even makes another frag happen as X7 falls down. This is where Saw and Sarij, they have to focus on getting back into that A side, and not stressing out too bad, actually, because they do have a very, very fair chance of making this happen. Sarij's got all the time in the world to turn around from mid as well, so... Well, Saw has been spotted out now, and this is just about the time that Sarij needs to go in for the supportive frags, and Saw makes that one first happen as Hiffer's already decoyed out by the fact that that Surige was down in middle, and look at that. Saw just clutches that round home to his win, and yeah, the defuse kit, the def kit is there, so definitely a very, very well prosecuted round by RCTIC, and I've got a saw, bro. Jesus. Good plays, good plays. And this is one thing as well that you can take a look at, is that RCTIC, they do have 9 rounds, though if you take a look at the stats, if you open your scoreboard, there is not too much money on this team. After all, I mean, sure, you might expect them to have a lot of money as they've got 9 rounds, but you know, it's been back and forth. It's been kind of a fair game after all. I mean, EpiphanyBolts, they've taken back rounds after rounds after rounds, where RCTIC's been going on small streaks between 1 to 3 rounds at a maximum, I believe that is. So, for this full game, I've got to say, they're definitely holding the eco very, very, very closely to them. And EpiphanyBolts, I think they've got an idea of what they're doing here with the money. So gotta give them credit for that. Saw here where the A1S goes in for the first kill. The bomb is gonna get dropped down on the B side. Sagerton with another one. A1S, but no, he misses out on RCTIC. That flashbang is just enough to almost get the kill on Saw. Not enough, actually. Just as I mentioned it, he goes in for the kill, and Twista on plat is there together with Saw, I believe that is. Yeah. So Surige holding this down from... I'm not sure... Is it Surige or Sore? No, he's got to go in for that off kill in the end. However, from Chicken House. And 10 to 4, I've got to say, RCTIC are definitely on an A game right here. And they're delivering something I wouldn't expect here on Cobble, especially not against EpiphanyBolt. I mean, sure if it's their map pick or whatever, but still, EpiphanyBolt are a good team. You definitely don't want to underestimate this team, and just, I mean, that just proves it. With a pistol, you get that kill. Sure, 2 HP remaining, but still, that first kill is what counts. Now, Saw makes the 1 frag happen, makes the 2nd frag happen. 3rd is going to be a bit harder since he's down to 16 HP. Heifer has to go in for this reply to make sure that they at least remain very, very stable on money here and actually have control over money. Doesn't really matter in the next upcoming rounds, but over the equipment value that they've got, because the nades are really important here. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that, you know, future rounds are gonna come with money, just to clarify. But these nades are really important. You really need that equipment value on you if you want to win this round. And sure as well as that happens, I mean, Twista goes down. They might just pick up a nade right there from him, and ST, he misses out on that opportunity, but still Heifer is going to get boosted up and try to get a good overview of what's going on behind the walls of the CT side of this map. Surige has the best possible... No! Oh my god! What was that, Heifer? Oh. Just turns around like crazy. Heifer with another one. What was that? Jesus. Ooh. I did not see that come up. From miles away, I did not. Ah, my. That's sick. That ain't normal. That ain't normal. I'm just saying. That ain't normal. That doesn't happen every day. Jesus Christ, keep me alive, because this game, I feel this game. I feel this game in my entire body. This ain't just a best of 3. This is one of those best of 3s that you watch once every month, and they only occur once every month, and it's always between semi-professional teams, and it's always a good game. That's the kind of game we're seeing right here. That is the game of the month. This is the game of the month, the semi-game of the month. EpiphanyBolt, they've got Moment coming up with a first frag. ST with another one. Twista goes down, and I'm not sure why Krumer is AFK, but it seemingly does work for them either way. I don't understand this. Hey, ST, hey, this game is, as we'd say, if you're Swedish, if you're watching this stream and you're Swedish, we say that this ballarur. The ballarur, that's what we say. It's getting out of hand. You know what's up? That's pretty much what that means. It's getting out of hand. EpiphanyBolt. Sure, it's a pistol round, but a knife? A knife? Really? I mean, a lot of money in the bank right there. I've gotta give them that. I mean, they're definitely thinking, and that's something we gave them early in the first half as well, is that they do have a very, very good knowledge of how to handle economical situations, especially not only with themselves, but also with the enemies. Like, what money should our enemies have at this stage? What equipment can we expect them to have? And they always manage to get that kind of mind game going with the money. And not obviously that doesn't have much to do with the knife, but I'm just saying a lot of money in the bank, and probably that is what they were thinking of here. And maybe just a fun thing as well. I mean, because it was such a, I mean, they took it with such ease, it looked like. Well, EpiphanyBolt out on this site. Hiffer will be going in for one. They will be supporting each other, and RCTIC will be facing a few difficulties as they're trying to push into this side with the P90s on moment. Gonna be a bit hard to remain calm on your positions. 3 kills from this one. An easy tag together with Hiffer with 2 other frags right there. So 10-7, and not sure if that's a comeback or not, but RCTIC still are on low money, so keep that in mind before we say anything next here. $1,800 actually, as RCTIC invests small amounts on not only pistols but flashbangs as well, which I think can be very vulnerable to EpiphanyBolt actually. I mean, vision is everything in this game, and if you haven't got it, then it's gonna be hard to hit your enemies. Sagerton is pushing through, and he doesn't even need that. He doesn't even need that flash. That's what's up. Hiffer will be going in for the reply, though, and even makes that a second as he's pushing through towards middle. Twista goes down to Hiffer, and as that happens, Saw comes up from behind, makes sure he gets that reply. A 3-on-3 situation is what we're seeing. So Reach picked up the FAMAS together with Saw, who has an MP9. Close range battles are going to be definitely dangerous here, and this is what EpiphanyBolt has to focus on now, knowing that, okay, we're meeting our own weapons here, and, you know, whatever we lost here, whatever that was, we need to expect the worst from these guys now that they've got, probably, you know, they invested small amounts of dollars here and there because of the fact that they have P250, so it's all what EpiphanyBolt pretty much expects here. And Moment will be going in for a first frag, so Reach falls down, as that's a headshot with a P90, staying very, very calm on the site. 30 seconds remaining, and I'd highly suggest at this stage in the game that Saw backs off unless he can't get this kill. They do have the double play though, but still it doesn't really work out. A Moment actually makes that another 3K. 2 rounds in a row. 2 rounds in a row, so I mean they're giving they're a bit like walking ATM machines right here. Then again, it's not the best amount of money that EpiphanyBolt could ever have. But RCTIC definitely, this is one of the rounds where they can pretty much retaliate and step up, make sure that they stop this from happening. They can prevent the money to rise on EpiphanyBolt's team, and that's what any team would be looking for in this scenario, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, they're still in the lead, so not that big of a worry. Obviously 2 rounds away from EpiphanyBolt, but still, I feel like on the T side, you're experimenting with a lot of rounds and a lot of things, especially it's a best of 3 either way, so you can take that into perspective if you want to. I wouldn't suggest any player to do so, but my point is, you're experimenting with a lot of things on the T side of pretty much any map that is closed off the way Cobble is, and that is very, very big. Overpass as well, together with Inferno, that is even more tight, is, you know, examples of maps where you have to experiment what your enemies are reacting to, and this is exactly what we're doing. They're waiting, RCTIC are pretty much just waiting for these mistakes to be done to be able to trigger out with a lot of kills, and that's exactly what's happening right now in this round. Great example coming up by Sagerton, as he's clearly seeing an enemy from behind, gets that kill, and gets the 2-man advantage for the team. X7 in a nice spot to get another one. Krumer falls down as he misses out on the first shot. Twista decides to back off over towards middle, and X7 together with Sarij. He's inside a shelter. Moment, I mean, Moment's been a god so far. I've got to say, I've got to give him that. He's definitely been playing like, I don't know who. He could be compared to a very, very high tier player. I'm not going to mention any names, but very, very skilled individually, I've got to say. I've got to give him that. ST is going to be able to save this as he's on dropper or upper drop. And 11-8. So EpiphanyBolt, because of the fact that they quite lost that due to the explosion, still they have one member saving. So I think thanks to the fact that they save, and especially when it's the CT side, it's a bit more expensive. You can go in for those saves and still earn a lot of money. And I think that's what they're exploiting here. They're exploiting the system to the maximum by having that 1 M4 drop to one of the mates, because otherwise, looking at the money, there wouldn't be a full nade kit or a good nade kit for this for the entirety of the team right now. But hope you catch my phrase right there. The nades are really important here for EpiphanyBolt, because rounds after rounds after rounds, we're seeing RCTIC, they get into these sites, and because of the fact that EpiphanyBolt uses so many nades early game, and a lot of the time, maybe not even that, but, you know, they're wasting many nades on trying to delay pushes and what's so not, and a lot of the time, you don't have the nades that you need for the post-plant, pretty much retake as a CT, and that can be really risky at very certain points that we've already seen in this game. So X7 goes in for 1 moment, goes down right there, 5-on-4 situation, and Surij with the AWP. Easy tag, going in for 1, makes that a second, and oh, Surij misses out on the shot, but still gets the kill after turning over with the pistol. Boomer will be firing it down to 90 HP as he backs off over into connector, gets a kill on X7 as he's trying to sneak up from behind. A little bit nasty right there, but it ain't working all the way. Saw and Surij are on this side, and the AWP is in the hands of Surij as he's holding this down from Plank. They have, however, and this is where you gotta look at the map, got ST coming up from behind, making sure he can cleanse Surij out of the picture. As Saw is left alone on this side, he has to make sure that he gets not only one, but 2 kills to win this round for the team. The time is ticking, and he's playing around with it to the maximum. Misses out on the first headshot and gives Krumer the 1 kill that he needs to win the round for the team. And 11-9 is what we're going to be seeing. EpiphanyBolt do win this round, and I'm not even to mistakes here. I've got to say, EpiphanyBolt definitely used, and I think they're definitely improving here in the second half. We're seeing the fact that over time, when you're meeting a specific team, you know that, okay, against this team we can use early game nades, or against this team we cannot do that, or in this scenario or in these scenarios we need nades, so why not save them for these scenarios when they do occur. EpiphanyBolt, I think they've got that in their mind now, and they definitely are hooked on that idea, because there's not been too much of what we just saw from them so far on the CT side. Even when they won rounds, they relied very much on individual skill right here. Easy tag, once again, even him still on that individual skill with that AWP, has to hit those shots perfectly, and see, because of no nades, because of no flashes, there's not too much of an opportunity for him to back off, and he's really hungry for those frags as well. But EpiphanyBolt, once again, they do win the rounds either way, and this is what's quite shocking here, is that Saw and the gang, they do have a great amount of nades, but they do fail to put them at the right places, and I think that is what EpiphanyBolt is exploiting once again here, is that they do realize that, okay, these nades are coming from these positions, we can expect someone to be around this corner, or, for example, in the round that we just saw, a lot of people towards sidewalk, or short, whatever you want to call, A short, A long, and middle, danger as well. There's plenty of people here because of the fact that we can see these smokes, these Molotovs, these flashbangs. Because of the fact that they're throwing this, we can call that we're pretty safe if they're here, and we can push from behind and everything. AC Tag is just going to exploit the fact that he's got this MP9, goes in for 3 great kills, and actually makes quite a bunch of money. I mean, look at his money. 4 kills that is. 4 kills that is with the MP9. So, and this is once again, EpiphanyBolt very smart on what they're doing here. They're very smart with the money. They know that they can exploit the money system to the maximum by going with MP9s and what's so not in the scenarios where they know that RCTIC are probably down to an eco or whatever. And EasyTug does that. I mean, he just goes wow with that MP9, gets 4 kills. I mean, that itself shows that they've got such a good idea of how this money works, and they've got control over RCTIC here. RCTIC has to start taking not only money control, but knowledge of how EpiphanyBolt are hiding behind the walls of this map, because a lot of the time, as I mentioned earlier, they do fail their nades, and they do put them in the wrong places. Because of that, EpiphanyBolt gets so much knowledge of what's going on the T side of this map. I cannot stress that enough. No, very, very slow plays in the end of it all. Still a 5-on-5 situation, and I mean, there's only 45 seconds approximately left of this round, so something has to be done soon. Not any damage done at all so far, so I don't know what RCTIC is really doing here. It looks like they want to execute really bad into this B side, but Moment and the gang, I'm quite sure they'll need a couple of nades here. And looking at, and this is what I'm talking about, RCTIC, look at the amount of nades that they've got now. There's only one flashbang remaining. There is only one flashbang remaining as they're pushing through. How are they going to be able to block vision? How are they going to be able to block out view at all from the CTs as they're pushing through? And that pretty much is a main issue here. Sure, they get the kills on the site, but there's nothing to hold them off from being retaken. There's nothing at all, and this is the issue here. EpiphanyBolt, they don't even need, and even if they did use their nades, that would just be superiorly giving them even better chances of retaking, even though they wouldn't need that. They can rely on individual skill in these scenarios because of the fact that RCTIC, they don't smoke stuff off here. They don't focus on trying to block vision too bad, and they wait a lot. And I obviously, we're seeing EpiphanyBolt, they're not making it easy either, because of the fact that as soon as there is a smoke landing on the B side and the A side, doesn't matter which side it is, pretty much, Epiphany, they know that they can flash in and they can buy a couple of seconds off of that, because they know that, yeah, this is how it works. This is how this team works. So good read coming up by EpiphanyBolt, and they're definitely buying a lot of time by these flashbangs. Now, they do flash themselves in here. It didn't work out as well as some may think. EasyTag actually goes out quite quickly right there, and X7 decides to back off over towards middle to make sure there's no one coming up from behind. Last time there was, so they learn from their mistakes. They definitely do. We've seen Hipper. He's backing off here up towards middle, and they're just jumping through. Hipper almost getting another frag right there, but not entirely, as he goes down to, I think that's Twista down on middle. Krumer with the A4 on tower. It's a 2-on-2 situation, but Twista's down to 7 HP, so pretty much a free frag for them, if anything. And I think ST spotted a man out. Yep. And ST will be going down. Twista's really low. He has to hit those headshots on point. He does eventually get the body shot on ST, but Krumer is up against him, and he makes those last bullets count. 13-11, and EpiphanyBolt, they are shining on top of the roof right now. I'm telling you, they're definitely giving us a game. And not only that, what's important and what's really fun to talk about here is as well how RCTIC had such a very good A game of not necessarily controlling money, but building money. They had a good system of building money and keeping it clean for every single one of them. Not necessarily in the first half, but they do think of that when they lose rounds, and that's something that we can definitely see. So you got to give them that. You can't take that away from them. Moment goes in for 2 kills right there, and it's only one man remaining. That's going to be Saw with that P250 coming up from B-Long, and he's going to go down to ST eventually, as well as he's in Chicken House with that AWP, peeking like crazy. 11-14, and EpiphanyBolt. I mean, there's not much to say. There is not much to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to find words for what EpiphanyBolt is doing right here, but there's nothing else than just annihilation. There's really, they're really taking this back. This CT side's just been theirs. I don't even think, if I've been counting this correctly, RCTIC's only got 1 round on the during this second half. So that itself, I mean, it just speaks for itself. 1 round. Well, we do continue. We do continue as EpiphanyBolt. I'm playing a safe game. They lost their first man. That's going to be ST going down to Sagarton with the AK-47. But they still play this very, very safe play, where they go in for small peaks, and even if they do, they have a reply fragger far behind to make sure a long-range kill might happen. So they're really thinking of stuff here, and I like that. I like that EpiphanyBolt. At least they're showing us that they care about this game. Sagarton goes in for one on Kuma right there. Twista turns around and actually saves. I think that is Sagarton from dying from behind Twista with the double play right there together with him. The AWP on Moment is going to be hearing one up on long, but misses out of the shot. Make that a second, and he hits it. Oh my god, Sarid goes down, and 2-on-2 situation. Saw making that a second one. What is going on? Oh my god, they're just turning things around. Twista with the Molotov, and every single member of this 1 round remaining is beneath 25 HP, 20 HP, with 15 HP even. Kiffer is left alone, and he has got no time. He has got no time. He did have the time though. He thought it would be over. I was saying, yeah, he's got no time. He's got no time. I wouldn't expect anyone to have time, but Hiffer, yeah, he just thought, hey, okay, guys, I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna chillax because they haven't got the time right. But no, he's watching. Yeah, this is very, very bad. He didn't see his head. Oh my god, the knife. No. So he's gonna go down. Could have been a lot of money in the bank right there, but they wouldn't necessarily need that either. But still, I mean, Surreach is down to 3.45k, so it's not... Knife kills are not humiliating, if... At least not to me, if they're actually there for the money. And in the long run, I think RCTIC can really, really profit from a knife kill, especially in the situation that they're in right now, with $0 on 2 of the members after buying up here, together with ST on the enemy team that they're meeting who's down to 0. So I don't see the point in not exploiting your chances. But oh my god, Moment! What was that? What was that? Make that another one, and that's a 4th. Saw comes up though. He makes that. ST go down. Comes around, flicks over to Hiffer. Moment, he's getting that 4th. Make that the ace, and oh my god, Moment! He makes that happen. He makes that 1 ace happen, and look at that, 12 to 15. He makes it happen. Jesus Christ, EpiphanyBolt. Now they should be happy. Moment. A lot of rounds. I mean, look at the stats. Just look at the stats. Look at Moment. His stat explains the way he plays. Like it's just there. It just shows you. It just shows you the guy he is. Who is he? He is the guy. You know what's up? DE_guy. That's the guy. You know what's up? That is the guy. EpiphanyBolt. They're happy to have him. I swear to God, they're so happy to have him right now. Moment. Good job, bro. Good job. 1 kill already out in this round as RCTIC's got the entry, but still, they're down to a very, very low budget round, so keep that in mind as you're watching this round. And as it passes by, I think EpiphanyBolt, if they do lose another member, this actually might go in favor of RCTIC. But that's only if they lose another member. Which they do, as they have the double play down on drop. Sagarton, he's got the best position in the world. No knife kill, obviously. I feel like it's kind of... They're doing it out of respect, and I love that. Like, game. That is the game. I mean, they're in need of money, both of these teams. I mean, so... Kind of funny how they actually or not even funny, kind of very, very sweet to see that there's so much respect involved in this not even BM thing, really. But a save is what's up. EpiphanyBolt knows that, yeah, 15 rounds is enough. We just need one more round and we're over and done with this. Heifer gets 2, gets replied instantly by Twista as Saw goes for a moment. Moment wasn't able to ace that round, but hey, he's done a lot for this team, and I'm telling you right here, right now, yeah. I'm just saying his name, Moment. That's all I'm saying. Well, Sagerton with the AK-47 goes in for straight up free fire. Oh my god! Sagerton opens up this round against EpiphanyBolt. Sure, it's only pistols. Doesn't really matter to me when you're meeting 3 people running and rushing you with those pistols. It is hard. It is hard to sustain calm. Sagerton and Saw, they went down in the end. RCTIC, they lost 2 members. Not the biggest economical damage ever dealt here from EpiphanyBolt, but still good enough. Now, EpiphanyBolt, they're 1 round off of this. They're 1 round off of this. Is it going to be overtime, or are we going to be seeing a win here from them? That is a question. I would highly doubt that RCTIC actually, if they start using their nades early here, I think this could go to EpiphanyBolt quite easily because of the fact that they start playing this very, very safe game now. But it's a bit too late to do so as well, because RCTIC's got a good idea of how EpiphanyBolt are positioned out. But we do continue as there's a smoke coming up my middle. EasyTag is a bit provoked by that. Throws out that nade. So waste of nades coming up. But still more value for... It's still more valuable for EasyTag. Because after all, that's a smoke. Saw wasted that. There's plenty of nades getting into the site. And there's still no one rushing out. So with that being said, yeah, very, very skeptical to the fact that RCTIC are going to be winning this. They haven't got much to work with. There's only 1 more smoke. That has to be very, very nicely placed to even make a win. This Krumer goes in for a saw right there, finds another one as they call that to each other. EasyTag makes the last kill happen on, and I think that is Sagerton. So 16 to 14 EpiphanyBolt. They do win that first map, and as we go into the second, being Mirage, we will be having a short break. Do not forget to follow us up on Twitter. Join our giveaways that we've got going on our channel. Subscribe if you want to join our giveaways that are monthly. I'm pretty sure they're monthly. On knives and everything, pretty much. Anything that's gaming related. Together with a lot of cool features on Azubu. That would be greatly appreciated by all of us. And if you want to support me as a caster, that is at Vaulty the King with THE, not DE or DA. Vaulty the King. On Twitter, and obviously our producer who is here with us today, Robin TV, or RAUBEN TV for clarification.